You may be thinking of getting rid of your Teflon pans and pots, but you're worried about what type of cookware to choose. Or you have recently changed the cookware in your kitchen to stainless steel but hardly know what to do with them. Honestly, for anyone used to using non-stick pans, relearning the art of cooking with stainless steel cookware can be quite tricky. You can get pots and pots of good dishes burnt or even damage the steel in the process. That's why you need to go through this guide. You'll learn ways to take care of your stainless steel and how to ensure your food doesn't get burnt. You'll discover what you've been doing wrong if you've started using your cookware already, and correct it. You'll also learn what to avoid if you're just about to start your journey. This may be a culinary journey for you. Patience and consistency are virtues that will help you through this learning process. You'll love your stainless steel set the more when you begin to get all those results you ever looked forward to. Choosing the right stainless steel cookware. If you plan to get yourself a set of stainless steel cookware, go for a set that has aluminum built into its core. Stainless steel by itself is a bad heat conductor. It'll leave some parts extremely hot while heat is yet to spread to other parts. However, they are durable and don't interfere with the taste of your food. Aluminum, on the other hand, is an excellent heat conductor even though it tends to lose its quality with use and begin to affect the taste of your food. When used at the core of stainless steel, it improves the heating quality of the steel, so you'll find a lot of tri-ply clad stainless steel cookware in the market. Pick a tri-ply clad steel cookware that has riveted handles made from stainless steel or silicone built to withstand high temperatures. You don't want a handle that becomes too hot while you are cooking with it because that will limit your ability to move it around. How to clean your stainless steel cookware. It's important that you clean your stainless steel cookware every time you cook. The reason is that the grease and grime that coat it can cause the color to change and impact the taste of food cooked in it badly. Cleaning your stainless steel set is not a lot of hard work, especially if the pot is not badly burnt. You can use your barkeeper's friend to clean your pot and pan, as well as baking soda. With the baking soda, mix it with water to form a paste, then dip your washing pad into it and scrub off the stain. Use the barkeeper's friend and a pad or sponge to scrub off the stain. Rinse off the soap or baking soda when you are done scrubbing. This will also help wash off any rust you find on the body of your pan. Most stainless steel pans and pots are dishwasher friendly, but hand washing your cookware will always trump using the dishwasher. Too much exposure to the dishwasher will definitely harm the surface of your stainless steel cookware. How to care for the glass cover of your cookware. Most times, manufacturers will state that the glass cover is resistant to breaking by heat. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't take precautions when dealing with heat. More often than not, glass covers become weaker with each exposure to heat. So, steer your glass cover away from the toaster oven, microwave oven, broiler, or stovetop. Manufacturers agree that if you hit the glass cover forcefully on a surface, it will most likely break. In the same way, if you hit it with a heavy or sharp object, you run the risk of shattering the glass. Be careful when you lift the glass cover so that you don't drop it mistakenly or drop something on it. If you observe eventually that your glass cover is dented or cracked, then it's time to get a new cover. Fixing the cover will do more harm than good, as much as ruining your cookware. Are there special utensils for a stainless steel? If you are used to non-stick pans, you probably know that the rule of utensils is to use non-metals to protect the surface from scratching. With stainless steel cookware, you can use wooden or silicone utensils. Metal utensils have the potential to scratch the surface of the cookware and damage whatever non-stick ability it has. How do you cook with stainless steel cookware? The best heat temperature to use when cooking in your steel pot or pan is medium-low. If your pot is built with an aluminum core, it'll have the ability to disperse heat equally through the body of the cookware. It'll also have the ability to retain heat, so you can be sure that at low-medium heat your food will cook more evenly with minimal risk of burning. Ensure you preheat the stainless steel pans and pots before you begin cooking. The purpose of this is to enlarge the elements of the steel so that the invisible holes on them that cause food to stick close up and smoother. Once the cookware is hot enough, remove it from the stovetop, add a little amount of oil and allow it to smoke slightly. You can use a cooking brush to distribute the oil or bend the pan slightly on its sides. One trick with adding oil to your stainless steel pots and pans is to never add it to a cold pan or one that is not well heated. The oil will only run into the pores and cause your food to stick. So make sure to add it only when the cookware is hot enough. You have to take note of when your pan is hot enough for oil so that it doesn't overheat. An overheated pan or pot will make a mess of your food, maybe burn it before it gets the chance to cook properly. The water test can let you know when your pot is ready. Just add some few drops of water in your pan. It is ready if the water drops roll on the pan in balls without evaporating or bubbling up. This is the point where you add your oil. When your oil is ready, add your egg or meat, whatever you want to cook. Let's say you're cooking eggs. Keeping the heat of your stove at low, medium or medium, add your eggs to the oiled pan. At first, the eggs will stick to the bottom of the pan, but as it begins to cook, it will lift off. When it is properly cooked on one side, you'll find it easy to flip on the other side. When you are done cooking, remove the pan from the stovetop and allow it to cool down. If you add cold water in the pan while it is still very hot, you run the risk of distorting the shape of your pan from temperature shock. Don't use a metal sponge when you wash this cookware to avoid scratching it. If the surface is scratched, it may begin to burn food no matter how much oil you add to it. Create a non-stick surface for your stainless steel cookware. You can season your pan to make it have a non-stick surface while also adding natural flavor to it so that it enhances the taste of your food each time you cook with it. Season only a clean pot or pan. Carefully wash every part of the cookware with a dish rag and soap, then rinse it out using warm water. Keep it to dry completely in the open. The best oil to use for this seasoning process is any oil that smokes at high temperatures such as peanut oil, sesame, soybean, or vegetable oil. The main reason you need an oil that smokes at high temperatures is that they tend to stay on your pan for a longer period so that you don't have to season every other time. You need as much oil that will cover the base of your pan. Allow the oil to heat up and circulate around the pan until every part is covered in oil. When you have every part covered in oil, place the pan back on the fire and allow it to cook on medium heat for at least 2 minutes. The purpose for setting heat at medium is so that the pan can gradually heat up equally on all sides. If your pan is oven-friendly, you can put it to heat in your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. Watch your pan for about 4 minutes. When you notice tiny smoke wisps coming up from it, then your oil is ready. Remove the hot pan from the stovetop or oven and place it to cool. Allow the oil about 30 minutes to cool down enough for you to be able to touch it. You don't want to hurt your hands from touching hot oil, that would be disastrous. When the oil is cool to the point of touch, use kitchen towels to soak up excess oil and dispose of. If your sink can handle it, you can dump the excess oil down the drain instead of using kitchen towels. Clean up the remaining oil with your kitchen towel. Make sure to wipe the entire side until you have a glossy, smooth surface. Your stainless steel cookware is now non-stick. How to cook without your food sticking to the cookware. With your seasoned cookware, how can you ensure that food doesn't get stuck on the surface while you cook? Your stainless steel cookware is best suited for cooking vegetables, gravies, sauces, broths, and fruits. It'll sear your steak and cook your omelet if you treat it with utmost care. Set your pan or pot to heat on the stovetop for 10 minutes with the stove set to low-medium temperature. Monitor the pan until it gets to medium temperature. Medium temperature is the focus since food will get stuck in a cold pan and high-heated pan alike. If you are cooking food from the freezer, you want to let the food thaw properly, then you pat it dry with kitchen towels. If you put the cold food in your heated pan, it will stick before it even gets the chance to cook properly. Basically, it's not safe for your food to stay out for more than 2 hours. So, if your food will take longer to thaw, you may start by keeping it in a part of the fridge that isn't freezing. Cook in batches if you are cooking so much. You don't want to overload your pan because that will slow down its cooking efficiency. It will even begin to hold down food parts on the body of the pan. How to preserve the non-stick surface of your stainless steel cookware. Some cookware sets are designed to stack into each other without any contact with the surface. If your cookware isn't designed for it, stacking them can cause scratches that will ruin the non-stick ability and your seasoning. Stuff the surface of your seasoned cookware with kitchen towels before you stack them together. After seasoning your pan, you won't need to wash it for a while until it's too grimy for safe use. Washing the pan will strip it of the seasoning. All you have to do is wipe it with kitchen towels once you are done cooking and cover the surface. The oil remaining in it helps to preserve the surface as non-stick. When your pan gets too grimy, it's time to wash and re-season. Use soap, water, and a soft dishwashing pad or sponge. The water you use has to be warm. Pour it into the pan and allow it to sit in for a while. Make sure not to clean your pan when it's too hot, as that can lead to burns. Dry the pan with kitchen towels when you are done washing before you set it up for re-seasoning. You may notice some stain that is difficult to come off. In that case, drop some dish soap in the pan and pour in your warm water. Then put the pan on top of the stovetop on high heat. Allow the pan to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Bring down the pan, throw the water out, and scrub out the stain immediately. Be careful not to burn your fingers. Now that you've washed your stainless steel pan, the seasoning is gone and you have to season it again. Follow the procedure described before to season your stainless steel again. How to cook meat in a stainless steel pan. If you're cooking meat in your pan, here's some procedure to follow. Allow the meat to thaw. As mentioned before, you can keep it overnight in the fridge to defrost, then remove it and pat dry with kitchen towels when you are ready to cook. Cold meat will only increase the chances of stuck on food particles. Meat is best cooked at room temperature. Preheat your seasoned pan. Your seasoned pan needs to be hot when you place the meat in it. Set your stove to low-medium heat so that the pan can gradually and evenly heat up on all sides. Low-medium heat will also enhance the pan's ability to retain the heat in it. Add the meat when the pan is hot enough. Add meat to heated pan. The pan is ready at the point when you notice the first signs of smoke wisps. The time for heating up may vary slightly according to your pan and stove setting. When you put the meat in the pot, allow enough time for each side to cook properly. The meat will bring out its own moisture to cook in. It's time to turn it the other end when the moisture begins to dry up and the meat comes off easily from the pan. You have to keep a keen eye on the meat and regulate the heat during this process because the moisture may dry up too quickly and it begins to burn. Take down the meat when it is cooked on all sides. Your meat will most likely be caramelized at this point depending on how long it cooked. Is cooking with stainless steel safe? Stainless steel is basically made of iron, chromium, nickel, and carbon. While iron is the chief element in this mixture, other elements play very vital roles in strengthening the alloy and preventing rust. These metals can leach into food as it is being cooked, even though the chances that they can really hurt anyone is very minimal. While leaching can barely be stopped entirely, you can minimize the rate at which your food absorbs the metal elements of your pots and pans while cooking. Don't cook a lot of acidic food in your stainless steel pots. If you have any alternative pot in your kitchen, reserve it for your tomato sauce. Acidic foods are more likely to cause your pot to leach. Some examples include wine, soy sauce, and vinegar. If the pH level is less than 7, then it's acidic. Don't store your food in a stainless steel pot. Even without the concern of leaching and stainless steel pots, storing your food in the pan or pot is not the best option. You should have airtight containers where you can transfer leftover food until you are ready to eat it. If you do not have one at the moment, you can transfer the cooked food to a non-stainless dish in your kitchen. You can also store your food in the refrigerator with a covered dish if it has to stay beyond that day. The best containers to use in storing your food in is a glass container. They store your food without releasing any toxins into it and are easy to manage. Do away with spoiled pan or pot. No matter the kind of cookware you have, it's not safe to continue using it once there's a dent, especially if the dent is on your cooking surface. If you are about avoiding leaching, a spoiled stainless steel pan or pot is nothing to be considered. You can trash it or find a company or group that is willing to take your scrap and recycle it. Go for cookware that is nickel-free. Since the human body only needs traces of nickel which is already present in food, nickel-free cookware is a good option to go for. It will be more expensive than regular stainless steel and a bit difficult to find. Another downside of this is that your steel cookware will be more prone to corroding. Also, most nickel-free cookware contains nickel, except that the nickel is usually not up to 1%. Use friendly cleaners and cooking utensils. One would think that an alloy of iron will be able to stand harsh utensils. However, your stainless steel cookware is best cared for by using utensils made from silicone and wood. This will save the surface from scratching, help to preserve the lifespan while also reducing the chances of leaching. Again, washing this alloy with a coarse sponge or caustic soap will cause the surface to scratch, thus increasing the likelihood of leaching. Avoid overheating your pots and pans. Overheating stainless steel can cause a number of damages to it, including warping and fuming. The fumes that come out of the pan may not be particularly safe for inhalation. Now, you're sure that you can take good care of those sets. Enjoy your cooking and stay safe. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details. Visit our site zimcooking.com for more awesome cookware tips like this.